Hi guys. So this is part 4 of my bariatric surgery experience, and we ended the last video with the travel day, flying down to San Diego, and how it went when I first went to the OCC facility, what they did, and then what I did that evening. So now it's surgery day. For me, that was July 12th, 2023. I woke up early. I think they wanted us to meet the shuttle driver at I think it was pretty early, like 6:10 in the morning or something like that at the hotel lobby. And so me and my sleep sisters, we hopped in the shuttle and we were all feeling good and positive. And we went to the OCC center again. And let's see, I'm just trying to remember that day. So they took us upstairs. They showed us our rooms, our recovery rooms. They had us change into the typical hospital gown, put a cap on, put on the booties on your feet, and then they came by, made sure that we understood everything that was going to happen, had us, I think, maybe sign a form or two, just acknowledgement that we were definitely prepared to do this, and just 100% making sure that we were acknowledging what was happening and that we were on board that day, which was great. Again, they dotted every I and crossed every T there. It was very professional, and so it was relatively quick. I think I was number 2, and there was 3 of us that scheduled for surgery that day, and they gave some medicine pre-surgery, and I just relaxed in my bed, and then next thing I know, it was my turn, and they wheeled me back there in a wheelchair, and I actually climbed up onto the surgery table myself, which was easy. They had a stool, a step stool, if I remember right. So you walk into you get wheeled into the surgery room. Everybody's standing there greeting you. Got to see my doctors and the other staff. Got in the bed, and the anesthesiologist started talking to me, and next thing I know, I was out. So upon waking up, I actually don't remember what happened. I think I woke up in my recovery room. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I don't remember being wheeled back. But I felt fine when I woke up. I was in zero pain, so they did a really good job managing that for me. In past surgeries that I've had, other unrelated surgeries, I've woken up with like severe migraines or being in severe pain, and they had to manage my pain medicine. But after this surgery, I woke up feeling absolutely wonderful. And then, boy, that whole day and night was kind of a blur. I guess probably because we were drugged up. But all I really remember is that they wake you up every hour and you have to walk. So you have your I don't even know what it's called, your little car on wheels and your IV, coming into your arm. And so you have to get up and you have to roll that around, and you're walking the room for about like 10 laps every hour. And the reason they have you doing that is so that you can get the air out of your system. During the surgery, they fill your entire cavity up with carbon dioxide, and so that's the same air that you breathe out is carbon dioxide. So it's totally safe, and they fill it up so that they can make like room in there to do the surgery. And it takes up to 2 weeks for all of the carbon dioxide to actually get out of your system. But that first 24 hours can be uncomfortable for some people. All 3 of us had different reactions. Um, I would like to interview the other 2 to find out what their experience really was like. But for me, that night, there would be times where I'd wake up and like want to dry heave because I felt super nauseous, or not want to, I was dry heaving. I felt super nauseous. And then that's scary because you just had a surgery, so you don't want to be dry heaving. So then the nurse and the doctor on staff that night would come into my room, and they actually pat you on the back like a baby to kind of burp you, I guess. and that helped a lot. And then you also have this, can't think of what it's called right now, but it's that plastic little gadget where you breathe into it and you try to get the 3 balls to rise up to the top. So that was super helpful. I didn't understand why they kept wanting us to breathe into that, but then the doctor finally explained to me that when you're breathing in those deep breaths, it helps the carbon dioxide to come out. And so sure enough, between breathing on that and then getting patted on the back, the nauseousness would subside and then I'd fall back asleep. But that happened for me multiple times throughout that night, and it was not fun. But I wasn't in pain. I was just nauseous. And then again, I would fall back asleep. So it was temporary each occurrence. And that's honestly the only, like, that was the worst part about the surgery for me. Otherwise, yeah, I felt fine. So every hour, I wish they would let us sleep, but of course I knew that they had to get us up. So every hour they'd have us walk in those laps. And then the next morning, I don't know, around 5 or 6 in the morning, they said, okay, time to check out. And so we gathered up our stuff, got changed back into our clothes, and they were bringing in the next wave of people. Well, the next wave of people were sitting downstairs in the lobby waiting for their turn to go up the elevator. So when the day before, when we were in the lobby getting our tests ran and stuff, we did see the group that had just had their surgeries, and they came out and they said, you're gonna do great, it's gonna be wonderful. And so that gave us confidence. So we just paid that forward, and when we went down the elevator and got out, we saw the people waiting to have their surgeries that day. We told them, it's gonna be awesome, you're gonna be fine, it's gonna be great. And so we could see that they were happy with that too. It was fun. So yeah, we went down, and I'm trying to remember if they had a car for us immediately. I think they did. I'm pretty sure they had the car ready immediately because I don't remember waiting around. We got in the shuttle, it took us back to the hotel. And then just so you know, before, like when you get to the hotel, you're allowed to have like popsicles and broth. And so the day before surgery, it was popsicles and broth. And then the day of surgery, well, the day after, popsicles and broth. And I think that continued for several days. I'm losing track of the timeline, but it was several days where you just had broth and popsicles. And then interestingly, they do send you home with some pills that you have to take, and you have to schedule it, set your alarm on your phone for when to take them. And the first time I tried to swallow a pill, it came right back up. And then I remembered they said you have to put electrolytes in your water. And so I did that, and amazingly, I tried it again and it stayed down. So your stomach is just super sensitive, and of course it's inflamed because it just had surgery. So the electrolytes, for whatever reason, made a huge difference in being able to actually hold stuff down and swallow pills and just drink water in general. I didn't have a hard time holding down the broth, but I'm assuming because it already had electrolytes in it, it was already salty. But yeah, so that was the day of surgery, and I will end this video now, and we'll pick up probably one more video, maybe more than that, but I'll do more videos as I think of more things that you guys might want to know. Oh, I should mention helpful tips for preparing for your surgery and what to pack. People told me that it was really helpful for them to bring a heating pad with them, and they just found it really comforting to lay that on their stomach. I did get a heating pad and I brought it, but I personally didn't ever use mine. And yeah, I can't think of anything else that other people thought was handy to bring. They pretty much have everything that you need there. And even if you have high blood pressure, and like you're nervous, so your blood pressure spikes the day of surgery, they have medicine that they will give you before the surgery to make sure that it's low enough, so you don't have to worry about that either. Oh, and another thing I thought was awesome about the OCC is they had a doctor there all night long. It wasn't just nurses. And they also, my anesthesiologist was a female, as well as the doctor that was there that night was a female. And so they're very empowering to females. So that made me happy as well. All right, I'm going to end it now. Like and subscribe if you like this content and you find it helpful. And if you would like to be interviewed on my channel, or you know anybody that has a story to share, please send them my way. I have a Calendly link where you can schedule a slot with me. And yeah, that'll be fun. Can't wait to do it. All right, thanks guys.